Oh, my hair, my beautiful hair.
In the minds of the younger generation.
Hey, bloopies. Yeah, I'm gonna get a haircut very, very soon. Probably, actually, I know it's gonna be in the next couple days. Because the wedding's coming up and Julie doesn't want me to have long hair at the wedding. See, the thing is, I don't know if you guys know this or remember this, but I used to like shave my head on the first day of spring. This past spring, though, Julie's like, I don't like it when you buzz your hair. So she's like, why don't you just let it grow? And I said, okay, I'll keep letting it grow until you say no. Now that the wedding is just a couple weeks away. And she's like, no, it's no longer. So we're going to be cutting it in a couple days. So then maybe I'll let it grow long again. We'll see. So how you guys doing? I got a lot to talk about. All kinds of stuff to talk about. Drama and trolls and whatever. Drama and trolls and Trojans. Oh my. The drama. Let's talk about that first. Okay, so as you guys know, November 11th, 11/11/11 is our wedding day, right? And that's just a week and a half away. Okay, we've been engaged since 2006. Okay, I think we got engaged in August 2006. I think it was about August 19th or 20th or so. I don't remember the exact date, but it was August of 2006. We set the date. I don't remember exactly when we set the date, but it was sometime. It was about 6 months ago, I think. I could find out because I did a video right around that time called 11/11/11. So I know about when that happened. So we've been engaged for over 5 years, and we have had this date set for at least 6 months, I would say. So along comes Julie's sister. A couple weeks ago, Julie was on the phone with her sister, and she said, are you going to be at the wedding? And Julie's sister was like, are you sure you really want to get married? And so it started this whole thing of putting doubts in Julie's mind as whether she really wants to marry me or not. Because Julie's been married twice before, as have I, and Julie's had some problems before, and the marriages didn't work out, as neither did mine, obviously, or we wouldn't be able to get married to each other. So, and we've had a lot of similar problems with our previous spouses, so we're actually very good to each other because we know what it's like to be treated like shit by somebody else. So we've been trying very hard to be good to each other, and we don't fight much. We get along. We're just, we just click like no other couple I've ever known, or very few anyway. And her sister, of course, doesn't know me, isn't really around us. She lives off in the mountains somewhere, so she doesn't really know what's going on here, and she doesn't know me. She's not really. I think I've only been around her twice in my whole life, so and that was both times were fairly brief. So she doesn't really even know what she's talking about. She has no clue what our. She's like some sort of marriage counselor person. I don't know, but because Julie has had 2 failed marriages. She believes that this one's going to fail too, even though we've been living together for 5 years or almost 5 years. And have had very few problems. And the problems we have had some problems, I will admit. And you guys don't know a lot about a lot of them because I don't talk about them here. There have been a few times when things happen that would probably end most marriages or most relationships, but it actually made us stronger. Only once in the whole time, and I won't tell you why, but there's only once that I almost broke the engagement. But other than that, other than very few times, maybe 5 or 6 times at the most, it's been a very good time. It's been the best years of my life, and I'm really anxious about marrying her. I think the problem is I don't make a lot of money. And this woman who's this marriage counselor, I guess that's really what she's getting at, is that somebody who makes a lot of money is more important than somebody who loves you. Because when it all boils down to it, it's not even like advice from a marriage counselor. It's advice from a paranoid relative who's saying, I don't want to have to take care of you if he can't. And now her brother's chiming in and doing the same thing. What if he can't take care of you? What if you get sick and you can't work and he can't take care of you? Well, you know what? Here's the thing about that. If she didn't marry me and if she stayed single the rest of her life and she got sick and she couldn't work, they'd have to take care of her anyway, right? So what's the problem? I mean, with me in the picture, at least there's a chance that I'll be able to take care of her. I have been taking care of her for the last 6 years. Ever since she had an ankle surgery, I would drive over here. I lived 100 miles away. I drove over here every weekend to take care of her. I did, her housework. I ran errands for her. I took her out, pushed her around in a wheelchair. Didn't see her family doing any of this stuff. Her brother and sister have been nowhere in all the problems that Julie has had in the last few years. When her car broke down, where were they? I'm the one that made sure we got another car. Well, God had a lot to do with it too, but yeah, I mean, where have these people been in all the time that Julie has problems? And now they're going to say she shouldn't marry me because I wouldn't be able to take care of her. I've been taking care of her for 6 years. Why would I stop now? So there's that, but we're getting married. We're both excited. She's getting this beautiful dress made. I don't know what it looks like yet, but I've heard it's beautiful. I'm going to, I guess, be wearing a tux, from what I understand. I have very little to do or say about the wedding. And everybody that I tell that to says, well, that's smart. Just let the bride take care of it all. So, but my family's excited. I talked to my aunt today, and she's like really excited. My mom sent a super nice letter to Julie the other day. My brother's excited, I think, and so screw her family. I guess her brother and sister aren't going to be there because it's such short notice. I mean, 6 months is short notice. Anyway, enough of that. I want to talk about the trolls. Trolls. I've been having problems with trolls lately. Not here on the internet. I mean, I go in the I spend time on message boards and stuff, and everybody's always talking about trolls in the message boards, and you stop talking to the trolls and crap like that. But you know what? That's all BS, because I have trolls at my door now. I have people. I had a door-to-door salesman come by the other day, and he was like selling some carpet cleaning thing, and he's like talking about a million miles a minute. I couldn't understand a word he was saying, and then he finally said something about homeowners, and I said, well, hold on, we're not homeowners. He's like, well, this is a home, right? Yeah, but I don't own it. Well, okay, where's the highest traffic place in your home? I said, right here in the living room. He's like, he's standing outside the door on the wheelchair ramp, and he screams out. I'm not going to do it the way he did it because the princess is sleeping. I don't want to wake her up, but he screams out, let's go take a look. I mean, he screams this, and this was like at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and probably all the neighbors heard him and everything. And I said, you know what? You're acting weird. You're acting like a crackhead. Please leave. And he takes off, right? Then the other night, Halloween night, somebody knocks on the door. It's a little kid, not even in costume. He's got a backpack. He's got a hoodie on. This was his costume. And he was trick-or-treat, and I didn't even know. I thought trick-or-treat was the night before, so I don't know why he was here. And next thing I know, his whole family is showing up, right? All these other kids, which is fine. We happen to have some candy, so I gave them all candy. But then there's these adults in there, and this guy has this big mustache. He's probably like 30, 35 years old. I said, you know what? No, you don't get candy. You're too old for this. He takes off running. I've got trolls at my door, and they're probably out there right now. Who knows? Let's see, what else has been going on? Oh, yeah, another problem I've been having on YouTube. Okay, I'm doing the AdSense thing. I've actually been, my account is more than just a few pennies. It's probably still going to be a while before I see any money, but anyway, I just wanted to mention that I put up this video, duck and cover, right? And I got this message saying this thing's copyrighted. I'm like, wait, no, it's not. It's public domain. It's listed as Creative Commons, listed as no rights reserved. Who has the copyright? Well, it says the Young Turks. The Young Turks is like some partner channel here on YouTube. It's like a bunch of high school kids, I think, that do the news, and it's kind of like a really unfunny Saturday Night Live sketch, from what I can tell. I've watched it 3 or 4 times. It's just like really unprofessional news programming, from what I can get out of it. The Young Turks is just a bunch of crap, and apparently they own the rights to this 1951 educational film, which I don't think any of them were even conceived. I don't even think their parents had been conceived yet by 1951, so I don't know how they can own the rights to this old film, so I'm disputing that. We're going to see how that turns out. They'll probably win because they're partners, and they'll get what they want. And that's not a slam to all partners. There's a lot of you partners that are nice people. KK. Cheeky Chicken Head, for example. I love you. I think that's really all. I think I'm done. I've already did this once, and I forgot to talk about the Young Turks thing, which is really one of the things I wanted to bring up, because I think that's just stupid. How can these kids, these high school kids who put on this really crappy production, like this, me sitting on my couch. This is high quality stuff. Oh, I did want to talk about one other thing. And I talked about this last time, and I almost forgot about it this time. Then I'd have to do it a third time. Okay, so the night before Halloween, I came home. I put up those videos a while back where I was saying that I was hearing scary noises out in my yard and in my basement and stuff, and it was all fake. If you couldn't tell, it was fake. Some people, Rob figured it out, like, immediately. It's fake, and it's like, yeah, I know. Gee. Yeah, I really have a ghost in my basement. But anyway, I could have a ghost in my basement, but I wouldn't be able to catch it on camera because I don't think that's really even all that possible, but that's neither here nor there. So I came home night before Halloween. I was going to make this grand finale video, right, where I was going to, like, reveal what was behind all of this stuff going on. And actually, I wanted to mention Al the Dark Empyrean actually had guessed how this was going to end, right? But I changed the ending, so even Al doesn't know how this is going to end. So I got home and I filmed this whole thing, and then I sat down on the computer and I uploaded all this stuff. Then the computer started crashing. Like, all these crazy things were going on. All these messages coming up. I couldn't get on the internet for a long time. Everything was like disappearing on me. I was like, oh my god, my computer's melting. It was like the Wicked Witch of the West when Dorothy poured the water on. The computer's melting, and I could see everything just disappearing and all these messages coming up, and I didn't know what it was about. I finally figured out how to get on the internet, so I sent something to Julie. She was at work at the time, and I said, what's going on, And then I just calmed down. I was like, you know what, computer, it's just stuff. And I was like, I'm losing all of my YouTube stuff. I'm losing all my music. I'm losing all my stories that I've been rating. I'm losing artwork that I've done. But you know what? It's just all stuff. It's okay. I'll live without it. If this is the end of my computer, if this is the end of my YouTube thing for a while, if it's the end of all this other stuff, you know what? I'll live. I'll live without it. It's just stuff. And I was just so calm about it. I was even like laughing about it at one point, writing to Julie, this might be the last time you'll ever hear from me. I love you. Bye. I'm about to be eaten by my computer. Bye. So she came home and she messed with it for a little bit, and we got the computer working again. She did. I do nothing. I'm kind of like, I'm the kind of person who'll try to fix a balloon with a screwdriver. Oops. I don't know what I'm doing with the computer. So she was fixing the computer, and she got it running again. It was running perfectly fine, but all my stuff was still gone. All the videos, but you know what? I was like, it's just stuff. I can live without it. And then last night I was messing around, and I was with those videos I was talking about before, the duck and cover and the atomic alert. I was like, I'm going to put these educational films up since I can't put up, the film that I made. And until I refilm it, because I was going to refilm it, because I want you guys to see how it all ends. And so I sat down to do these things, and I converted them, and I was about to upload them, and I couldn't find them. I'm like, okay, where'd they go? And then I found out they're just hidden. I finally figured this out. Then I found out everything was hidden. It's all still here. All my videos, all these stories I've been writing, and it's all still here. So, yay. So, I don't know. There's probably some lesson in there. I mean, you just say, hey, I can live without this stuff, and then you have what you said you can live without. I don't know. There's probably some sort of lesson in that, but I'm too tired to figure it out. So, now I think I'm done. Bye.
They flaunt the grisly photograph. They fill their